When will you guys ever learn?
Oh, I see. All right. Time to saw you up.
Ow.
I like how no one else is here and I'm just dealing with these Nars. I'm just chainsawing them up.
I just said you can't chainsaw a kamikaze, and yet I just did it anyway.
We're daring today. And we don't care one bit.
Exactly.
And sawing down trees just to fill up time. Ah,
So,
Wood cutting got up to level 90 now.
So yeah, of all the games that with all the games that were introduced to me by my mom, guess which game my dad introduced me to?
Is it another shooter?
Yes.
I'm just gonna throw out a guess here. Did he introduce you to Descent?
Yep, Flapjack got it.
I should have known.
Of course. Also, there's a giant hole in the water here, which has next secret.
Come to think of it, I'm not really exactly sure like what how I first discovered Doom. I can only recall my last thing in my memory was that I saw Flapjack play it on his laptop at one point. And that's only I think that's only when I was a teen.
I thought you said you were introduced to it by the movie.
Really? When did I say that?
During your Eons of Death Let's Play of The Ultimate Doom.
Oh wow. Not even I can get my facts straight.
Yeah, I think you said that in like episode 1, map 7, I think? I don't know. How the fuck do I remember all this shit? These are your videos, and
how do I not remember them? So was it like Doom 2 Eons of Death?
No, Ultimate Doom.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, if my memory was more fresher back then, I'm gonna assume that was the case.
I was introduced to Doom because one of my uncles had the Genesis version of it.
Oh, Genesis?
Yes, there was a Genesis port of it. It was awful.
God, I only know about I mean, well, later in time, I've known about the SNES version of it, but I didn't know Genesis had a bad version of it.
You need the 32X in order to play it.
Oh, okay, never mind.
Okay.
Like, I thought... So, yeah. You need to have the add-ons and whatnot, okay.
Not the Sega CD, just the 32X.
Yeah.
Right.
And... I mean, I guess it played okay. You couldn't strafe or anything because it was just a controller, but it had to use the music with the Genesis's sound chip, and it didn't go well. It basically just sounds like a bunch of farts.
Sounds like a bunch of farts. I'm pretty sure that's what the Happy Madison studio always sounds like. Which might be how they get their inspirations for the majority of their films.
Or that
like,
sound,
you know,
or that sound that, or that sound that,
Sorry.
or that sound that. You know what? Never mind. We're talking about farts, and yet I'm trying to make a reference to some more sound that sounds like a fart, but then like no, you won't get any more fart jokes out of me.
Yeah.
In fact, you
Although
know,
I'm mowing down kamikaze with my chainsaw.
Nice try, Clear. I'm too quick on the trigger for you.
But anyway, yeah, it was my dad that introduced me to Descent. In fact, it was the very first game I've ever played. Both that and Forsaken, another 6th degree of freedom first-person shooter like Descent. And I didn't really get that much into Forsaken. I'm not exactly sure why. Maybe it's because I had no idea what the hell I was supposed to be doing. But then again, with Descent, I pretty much didn't have any idea what I was supposed to do either. I was just enjoying it so much because it really felt like I was actually in that ship flying around in those mines. I mean, that's what I just really love about Descent. It just feels so, real, for lack of a better word.
Hopefully you weren't.
I mean-
Hopefully you didn't get motion sickness.
Oh, no. I never get motion sickness playing video games.
Yeah, same here.
So yeah, I've been playing Descent for like 20 years now. I've been playing that game since I was 5.
I'm waiting to see the day whenever I get my hands on a freaking VR headset to see like if I get motion sickness from like sitting on a freaking amusement park ride in a game. Because the idea that you're visually seeing that you're moving around and yet you're sitting down as it's happening.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, back on topic with discovering games being introduced at a certain point in time. I'm wondering in general, like, what was like the first first-person shooter that I played? Earliest recollection I can think of. I mean, if it counts, I mean, it wasn't the sole purpose of the game, but it was just for like a couple of missions, and as well as using the final boss fight, but in Banjo-Tooie. Yeah, there was a move that you get where you have to use Kazooie as a gun and just shoot eggs. I mean, I guess that technically counts, but I guess
Is it in first person or third person?
first person.
Okay.
But no,
Well-
if I have to count like what my actual like first person shooter probably was, I think it was Time Splitters 2. You think that's about right?
Yeah. I think that sounds about right.
Well, I mean Flapjack, because like I think like like he and I played the stuff
Okay,
a whole
well,
bunch.
I was gonna say, yeah, that sounds more like a first-person shooter than Banjo-Tooie.
As for me, God, that's a real tough question. I think the first-person shooter I actually legitimately owned and didn't just play at another person's house was probably a shareware version of Quake, the first one.
Oh well, if we're going by like for a game that I have owned and not played at any other person's house, then that would have to be the sequel to Time Splitters, which is Future Perfect. Although then again, there was Metroid Prime.
I mean, if we really wanted to stretch the definition of first-person shooter, the first game that I remember playing, period, was Duck Hunt.
Well, technically it's a first-person shooter.
Well, that is true. I mean, I did play that too.
I did as well, and there was also I played the version of Duck Hunt that also came with the that Koi Pigeon game. I forgot what it was called.
Yeah.
That was just Mode C of Duck Hunt, I think.
Yeah, in fact, wasn't that like that Super Mario Duck Hunt thing like pre-bundled with the NES or something?
I have to assume so.
Yeah, because
Literally
like everyone in their
that I know
household had
that
it.
had a Nintendo also had that game.
Yeah. Yeah, you know what? Let's keep the conversation let's keep this conversation going with like what genre of game we were first introduced to or something like that. We were talking about shooters this whole entire time, but what about like anything else?
Well, I was gonna say in terms of like RPGs, as I said before, the first RPG I've ever played was like Diablo. And I did play Diablo 2, even though I've never gone past the second world.
Was it because of the Act 2 boss or something?
I never even gotten that far. I mean, the reason why I didn't like Diablo 2 that much is because there was like no proper way to save the game. I mean, like every time you save the game and then load it, basically the whole entire world just resets, like monsters and everything. And that really ticked me off because it doesn't really save your progress. It just remembered what missions you complete and which ones you still have to do. Like, even the boss enemies that you kill to complete certain missions, they come back to life every time you load a save game.
Were you trying to play? Were you trying to play that on multiplayer or just on local?
It's just single player.
Huh. I don't know.
Yeah,
it's been so long since I played single player of that. I mean, it's always guaranteed on like multiplayer that like you start up a new game, then yeah, everything's gonna get randomized. I just seem to recall that when I saw people speedrun Diablo 2, is that I thought I always seen like the maps being the same generally, especially if they were trying to do like some sort of speedrunning tactic where they were like grinding for like certain items or something. And then they would know the exact layout. But yeah,
I've never played. Sorry.
So I can understand what you're getting at with how everything just resets, but I mean that is like how the game was like meant to be played, is just having to. A lot of like random factors to it is meant to create high replayability. So, but in the aspect of you trying to get back to where you were, I guess that I can understand that. So.
Yeah. And I've never played Diablo in multiplayer. Like, the closest I've ever gotten to playing Diablo in multiplayer was Path of Exile. Because it's basically the same as Diablo, except it's free to play.
All right. Well, since we're now going on with RPGs, God, what was my first one?
Oh, you know what? I want to ask your opinion. What's your opinion on the Mass Effect series?
I wouldn't know, since I've actually, no way. I think I might have played that a little bit, but not far. I mean, definitely not far. I would say like, I guess I was just bored one day. I had a copy of that on the 360 at one point, and I've only played for like an hour, and I'm like,
yeah, I didn't really get that.
Let's go back to RuneScape.
Fucking goddamn it! Okay, you know what? I'm just gonna get this over with. There, done.
Yeah, adding a death to your counter, boy. I make references, it'll kill you again.
Anyway, like I was trying to say before, yeah, I haven't really gotten that far into the first game myself. But I'm actually going to sound a bit weird saying this, but you know how, like, people keep saying, like, they'd rather play the game rather than watch it?
Yeah.
Well, with Mass Effect is one of those games I'd rather watch than play, because I was first introduced to it by a friend of mine who also does Let's Plays. And he did a Let's Play of all 3 Mass Effect games, and he did them so goddamn well. I don't think there's anyone else who could do any better than he did.
I don't know how you can watch like that amount of like footage of a game that's like really long and not get bored of it.
Well, here's the thing. I was checking out my friend's playlist of Let's Plays that he's done thus far, and I saw that he did a Let's Play of the Mass Effect games, and I keep hearing from some of my friends that Mass Effect's a lot of fun. I was like, you know what, I'll go ahead and check it out. So I went ahead and watched like the first 2 videos of his Mass Effect 1 Let's Play, and I was like, wow, this looks really interesting and intriguing. So I just kept watching the Let's Play, and soon I found myself getting really into the Mass Effect games, and then I was like, I gotta play these games for myself. They look like so much fun. But then I started playing the Mass Effect game myself, or in this case, the first one. And like about 10 or 15 minutes into it, I was like, yeah, I think I'd rather watch this game than actually play it, because it was just kind of overwhelming for me, I guess, because of all the certain choices that you make and how it can affect not only the game later on as you keep playing it, but also the sequels as well.
I don't know if I want to have that amount of responsibility at my disposal.
Yeah. Like in the first game, you have to make a choice on which squad mate you want to sacrifice in this one mission. I think it was on a planet called Vermeer or something. Yeah. Yeah, there's a choice you have to make, and you have to rescue only one squad mate and leave the other one to die. And that will affect the rest of the first game and the other 2 games as well. Not counting Andromeda, of course. Well, I'm assuming not counting Andromeda because I really don't know anything about Andromeda.
The only thing you need to know about Andromeda is that it's terrible.
Right. Wait, what am I doing? Chainsaw.
Painsaw?
Chainsaw the Zumble. Sorry to ruin your moment.
It comes and goes.
Yeah.
Well, I can definitely say this level's definitely longer than the other one. Because like the other one lasted like 14 minutes, now we're like more than double that.
Yeah, pretty much.
Pretty
Real
much.
monsters.
Pretty much.
Yeah. Yeah, they were going, and I just had to say real monsters.
Can I borrow your rocket launcher?
Yeah, I haven't been using it aside from like killing myself after you brought up RuneScape again. I mean, if I can drop my rocket launcher, I would, but sadly I can't because this game doesn't have that option.
I mean, I know that none of you guys are like interested in it, but I figured it might be an interesting thing to bring up is that there's like 2 different versions that exist of it right now, which is RuneScape 3 and then there's old school RuneScape. And right now, they're currently right now in the beta testing right now, having to bring old school RuneScape to mobile now.
Uh-huh.
I just didn't know if anybody found that interesting that after all this time the game finally reached like mobile platforms and like how that's going to like impact or something like that. I mean, think about that in general. Like if you think that a game has some sort of capability of like going beyond desktop and then going to mobile, what do you think about like how much big of an impact it's going to be or something? I don't know if there's like another like game example we can think of that like can do that, or if there's another game that already has done that, because I'm not sure myself. No, nothing? Okay, I guess that topic was dead in the water. Anyways, let's get back to talking about
anything but RuneScape.
I don't know, what other kind of topic that only I'm interested but none of you guys are. Anything to waste your rockets.
Speaking of rockets. There we go.
Yeah, I don't know where I was going with that.
Oh, there goes all my rockets. Wait, what? Okay, that was weird. My weapons were gone for a second. Ow.
Are we supposed to have picked up a Tommy gun at some point?
I suppose. I mean, we got a lot of bullets, but no Tommy gun.
Weird.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, we could have left the level 5 minutes ago.
Oh.
I didn't want to say anything because I wanted to give you guys a hard time.
Hey, it isn't a hard time if we came here just to kill.
Yeah.
Oh look,
Oh, hey, here it
now
is.
we got our Tommies.
Oh.
That was weird.
Even though we didn't grab them in the previous level? Oh
And,
well.
and we did technically get all secrets. Huh.
Yeah, we did.
So it's like we must have found that at some point. And yet we didn't.
Yeah.
Weird.
Do you guys have rocket launchers?
Nope.
Ah, okay. Because we are supposed to get rocket launchers in this level. Are you tired? Take a nap. Yes, I would definitely like to take a nap, Sam.
I've already had my nap today. It was a good one.
I envy you.
All right, so
Anyway.
if we can probably go back to discussing like what was like the first RPG that I've played. I could have sworn it had to have been something on a SNES, I think. I don't know, it feels weird. It can't be Final Fantasy because I haven't played that. I'm pretty sure that was probably Flapjack's first. Was Final Fantasy, well, 6 if we're talking about it correctly.
Actually, I'm pretty sure the first Final Fantasy game I remember playing was 4, which was 2 when it was on the SNES.
Huh. Because I've only seen your copy of like Final Fantasy 6 or 3 in the US. God, such weird like numbering. Ooh. Oh. That was one pile of pills.
Yeah. I
Pills
got like 26
here!
health from that.
Bomb boy.
Bombs? You want it? It's yours.
I'm okay with this.
Hey, you gotta have your daily dosage after all.
Oh no, I kind of wish I had a rocket launcher right now.
Why? We're just dealing with kamikazes and rocketeers and whatnot.
You don't understand, man. He needs his explosion fix. He's the kamikaze
You want
master.
your explosions? You got it.
Seems about it.
No boy.
Deja vu.
Secret deja vu? Oh, because I went back through the door and back through again. And that biomech was just walking around carelessly. So we talked about the first first-person shooters we've ever played and the first RPGs we've ever played. What about puzzle games?
I would probably. So by puzzle, like, what do you mean exactly? Are we talking about like Tetris kind of puzzle, or Dr. Mario puzzle, or something else?
Basically, any type of puzzle game.
Okay, well in that case, I would definitely say that it had to have been like Dr. Mario on the NES, or Tetris. If anything, it should be Tetris. So wait, what was your answer, Flapjack?
It would definitely have to be Tetris on the NES.
Yeah, no doubt about that.
boy.
I think that was probably good, like an easy answer right there. And I didn't even realize it was going to be.
Yeah, Tetris is pretty much the first puzzle game that everybody's played. Well, not me.
What was your first then?
It would be Myst.
I didn't know this
Well-
was considered a puzzle. I thought it was just an adventure.
Yeah, it's like part adventure, part puzzle. Well, it's mostly puzzle.
If we
I mean,
want
that's-
to talk about what our first point-and-click adventure game would be, the first point-and-click adventure I've ever played would have to be King's Quest VI.
Ah, I've heard about the King's Quest games.
Wait, I think I know the one you're talking about, right? Oh, did it? Was there like a subtitle to that game? Was it?
Air Today, Gone Tomorrow.
Oh, well then in that case, no. I thought it was the one that has something to do with a mask.
Oh, No, that wasn't a point-and-click adventure game. That was a poor decision on everyone's part. King's Quest: Mask of Eternity was not a very good game. And I'll just leave it at that.
Yeah, because I think that, like, out of curiosity, I was trying to play that at your house, and I think you were like, no, don't. Because I think I was, like, minutes in playing to that game, and for some reason I came across a talking cow.
A what? A talking cow?
I don't know. I don't remember. Yeah, I don't think I've ever really played a point-and-click game. Or maybe I did. I don't know.
I like that line from Sam. At this rate, I'll be able to set up my own fast food chain. With alien hamburgers and whatnot. Yeah, come and get me now, asshats. Oh, well, that guy did. It's okay, I got the high ground.
Oh, that's right, I have a Tommy gun. I've been so used to playing with the Colts, I forgot about the Tommy gun. Also, I'm up here too.
Yeah, we stopped using the Colt long ago.
Oh, it's moving.
Yeah, because I just flipped the switch.
Flippy the switchy.
Ow. Oh, more bullets and some armor.
Affa.
If that was Morse code, that was terrible.
I'm sorry?
Yeah, sort of a reference to the Big Bang Theory.
No, instead I went like, oof. No, if anything, it should have been the Roblox. Oomph!
Yeah.
Why do they keep referencing other things that we referenced in the previous parts? Fuck. Ugh. It's always coming back to bite us. Ow. As I got hit by somebody.
Yeah, there were a couple of Rocketeers behind you.
Oh, man.
Oh, do we get... Are we close now? Do we get to see what the beast is?
Not yet. We need to open up access to the beast.